the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head into the drone newsosphere. There's a lot of news. Jeff Sills got you covered. What's happening, buddy?
Did I just see correctly that I made Beauchart's wall?
You did, yeah. How do you feel?
Well, I I feel first very grateful and very happy to be up on the wall. Kelly's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So just to cover that one.
Yeah.
You'll run cover for me, correct?
You got it, man.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. All right. So to warm up the news, recently there have been a lot of sinkholes appearing across the world. Mexico had some that appeared in Santa Maria. These are the world's largest sinkholes. This is out of China in the karst topography. Some of these sinkholes are 1,640 feet in diameter.
Wow.
And you know, the scale to these sinkholes really can't be described without seeing it from a drone footage. But these things are enormous. There are 94 of these sinkholes scattered across that particular region of China. And this, of course, happens when there's underground streams or rivers that erode the ground underneath, and then the ground just sinks. What's unique about sinkholes, though, is that they usually create a near-perfect circle for some reason. It's not something that just drops off and you get like a line going off in the distance. They're always circular. And so a very interesting, what they call a hydrogeologic characterization. So,
I bet from
sinkhole, Batman.
I bet from space that looks like the Earth's anus, doesn't it?
I always just want to know, why does the same in every single town a kid falls down there and it's always named Timmy? Why is it always Timmy in the well?
No, Timmy's fall in the well, not the sinkholes.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
Timmy's
and Lassie that comes and lets you know.
Right. What is it, girl? Timmy's in the well?
Let me just preface this. We have a lot of news to get to.
Okay.
So,
all right. I'm gonna zip it.
No, we can news and comment. Just not so much because Vadim, our guest in Russia, I think it's already tomorrow there. So let's endeavor to have him on before he falls asleep once again.
All right. Well, the next in the news, Porsche has recently started a new advertising campaign, and they came up with a very surreal nighttime photo shoot out in the desert.
Since our concept was primarily around drone light painting, I wanted to highlight the landscape around. With the help of drone light painting, we could highlight the rocks and formations we had around us. So that's what I really liked about this place. I would expect the audience's reaction to be blown away by it when they see my work, by seeing the size and scale of the shapes we've made. And that's what I find unique about this whole experience.
Wow. I haven't done any light painting myself. Have you, Kelly? Have you done any light painting?
Yeah, actually, in the backyard, just like setting the exposure. I mean, seriously, and then just running the drone around a little bit just to make kind of swirls and stuff, but not at that kind of level.
Yeah, it's really cool, the images they can come up with by doing that. Yep.
Yeah, some of the ones where they actually make characterizations or draw pictures just is fabulous stuff. So, all right. So you guys are familiar with the Great Wall of China, and recently it's, I guess, been caught on video that the Chinese are making what they call the Great Green Wall of China. They have a problem with the Gobi Desert blowing in sand and creating these huge giant sandstorms in China. And so they have been working on trying to cover an area that is insane. I mean, we're talking like 4,500 kilometers, 2,800 miles, with a man-made forest that they're planting right now to create a windbreak and stop the Gobi Desert essentially from blowing these huge sandstorms into China. It is a massive undertaking. And I hope we get some more drone footage in the future as they progress and get it more complete. But
yeah, I'm glad you had this story because you know what a big Erosion fan I am? Huge fan of Erosion. Big fan of that.
That 80s punk band?
Erosion? Oh, yeah. I think they were a jazz fusion band. Ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, Erosion.
I said erosion first, puppet show second.
Exploding meat oddity if there's time. All right.
Well, plans are to have that finished by 2025, so we've got a little bit of time to get to the end of that.
Did they say how they make these trees grow in this? I mean, it looks like a very barren place.
It's a desert. They're basically carting in tons and tons of water and trying to use the area to create the forest, and then naturally, hopefully, it will I guess be self-sustaining.
I've heard that actually. I have heard that if you put those kind of organic things into it, the leaves will fall off and create it's almost like compost, right? It'll create more dirt, and then it becomes. I mean, what happens in a desert is basically all the nutrients have been blown off the top, and so they have to replant them. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so. This next one, it comes from a gentleman that came up with a unique way out of Cornwall, England, to propose to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy.
You got any more information about that, Jeff?
Well, it's Jamie Hoskins planned to propose to his wife, and he had a friend of his pilot the drone in. Without, of course, letting her know that it was going to be there, and they, saw the drone and were, giggling about the fact that the drone was filming them, etc. And then it landed, in which he then walked over and was a sly trip of hand, was able to pull the ring off the drone, and then his friend pulled away to get the establishing shot of them going through the process of having a proposal.
Man, you make a wedding proposal sound so clinical.
Yes.
Step one was to get down on his knee.
Very good at
the
whole.
The establishing shot.
Yeah, but you know what? A better drone pilot could have FPV'd that thing in on a little whoop with the ring on it and just landed it right on her stomach. Boom.
Right on her finger.
And then she'd been like, "What?
There's a stomach ring."
Probably couldn't get Mr. Steele to go to Cornwall, England.
So that's what it was.
Speaking of FPV, Jaguar recently had a very interesting tour of their showroom via FPV.
Jaguar.
I love these fly-throughs. I'm gonna do one soon at a museum. I'm arranging it right now. But
they'll call it Flight at the Museum.
There you go. That's why you're co-hosting.
This is their Harwood showroom in Brighton, UK.
Wow.
I love
none of these people seem really plussed by the fact that a drone just flew by them.
Well, it's a whole big production.
I know,
you got to say, ignore the attention. Yeah. Ignore the drone. But the sound design really makes it. I love these things.
They get real creative with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, through. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right in. Go in the car.
That's what I thought. No. That's what I thought. Go in there and out the but watch this part. This part's good.
Through the window.
All right. So for me,
lean back. Wait, all the steering wheels are on the wrong side. Where are we?
It ain't America.
UK.
It ain't America.
That would screw me up. I'd get in there and crash into the steering wheel.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's good stuff. I gotta do one of those.
Yeah, that was. That was. What did they say? Anything about how many takes it took or anything like that?
Nah, it didn't give me any indication. It was basically just talking about the footage that they got and the location, and it was a promotional thing for that particular dealership that they were doing. So
that's awesome.
Can we ever get bored of those?
No,
I don't think. I mean, there's a lot more coming out now. But I don't think I could ever get bored of that.
You just have to put little Easter eggs in there in the sound and in the thing, like little things on the wall that people can notice. So you watch it more than once. And you're like, oh, that's the guy from the Goonies.
Right. That dude was picking his nose. I didn't notice that the first time. All right, Jeff.
All right. So next we have a world first, and I get to bring it to you here. We have the first attempt for two guys to compete against one another in flying racing cars.
Okay. Are they They gotta
He's going
be
backwards.
They gotta be in stabilized mode, right? I would never fly myself in acro. Would you? Never. No. Although,
Wow.
I might do this over water.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, this is real.
Yes.
Wow.
I would do this over water though.
I mean, that looks like a nice soft grassy field that they're over. It doesn't look too bad. I would think the biggest danger would be the other Yahoo running into you. You control what you're doing, but
right, and passing would be a problem because rubbing ain't racing in this, and they're on the same plane, like they're the same height.
Yeah, they should have delivered the wedding ring in that thing.
Looks like the Phantom's gonna win.
Yeah. Phantom always wins.
Well, there is a big push to get urban air sports started and getting eVTOL aircraft being able to compete against one another. This guy is Kix Mendiola. He's Filipino and drone enthusiast. He's the one that created these drones.
Drug and drone enthusiast.
Yes, I had a typo there. But the green flying car is being flown by Jason Mabanase, who's also an electrical engineer that works with him.
That was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
I mean, Ken, I think if the opportunity arises, you and I should do that.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be a good. I think that would be like, and then we should crash and die and just go out in a blaze of glory. I mean, Elvis was never more popular than when he died.
No. This is my job. No.
Excuse me, I have a disclaimer. Kids, don't listen to Uncle Kelly. All right. So DARPA once again has demonstrated for us yet another exciting and sophisticated way to take out drones. Okay. Why?
Well, obviously drones are bad, so DARPA has to keep making different ways, and this one uses strong,
that kind of takeout. I thought you meant like on a date.
Yeah.
Look, and they missed. They weren't they supposed to net that guy?
No. It fires streamers that get clogged up into the engines.
Oh, so it suffers as it goes down. It has to think about what it's done wrong. It's like right before you blast the bad guy. You know what you did to my family. I know what I did to your.
Yeah, and it fires a pattern of these stringy streamers that then get caught on the motors and will eventually cause them to fail. It's designed specifically to go after small drones, so little ones like the Phantoms and Mavics, etc.
Wait, play that again. Back that up.
And by the way, you can hear the train. You can hear the train passing my house.
No, that's just the super chat train. But okay, slow down. Right. Oh,
right there.
Wow,
that's the problem. Right there.
So rude.
Yeah. Wow.
So rude.
But you know what?
The novelty of this system is that the drone system that they're using there uses an X-band radar, which is, I guess, one of the first implementations of this to be able to automatically sense and identify the target in advance and be able to fly to it autonomously. So
I believe, Jeff, that would be a force multiplier.
Actually, somebody said, I just missed it here. Duncan Longdon said it's a giant party popper, but more like a party pooper.
The party popper is that's gonna sit with me for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so out of Iran, Iran has decided that Benjamin Briere, who was recently caught taking photographs near the Iran-Turkmenistan border, is going to be prosecuted for espionage. This happened back in 2020, and I guess the thing has been going through the courts. It is a crime that can be punished by death.
What did he do exactly?
He was taking photographs near the border, and it just, I guess, Iran claims that in that particular area, that there was, I guess, military or things that they didn't want photographed. And so they have said that what he did, the filming that he did, was considered espionage.
Well, we learned last week from Philippe that they're very, very strict about that. So, you know, if they're going to threaten him with death...
Was he taking photos with a drone?
Yeah, he was taking photos with a drone in 2020, and so they basically arrested him and have tried him for this. Now, obviously, you know, with they'll start opening dialogue with the French, and the French will then, you know, I guess work to try to prevent him from being killed by the Iranians. Usually, a lot of these things happen to be like a diplomatic bargaining chip. So we'll wait and see what happens, but yeah, that would be the first story that I can think of somebody actually being put to death for being caught flying a drone. He's actually being put to death for not doing enough research. Okay.
Because, you know, even I know that you shouldn't do that. But speaking of boneheads...
Bonehead of the week.
Oh my goodness, something that happened right here in Tennessee. Jeff, tell us about this freaking idiot.
All right, so a drone video out of the Great Tennessee Air Show in 2021. This is brought to us. TJ Grady was kind enough to find this for me. This gentleman decided it would be a fantastic idea to fly his drone at an air show.
Yes. And look what he put. All FAA and airport permissions, waivers, and blah, blah, blah. Bullpucky! You cannot... look. What I imagine happened was maybe he did get all those permissions, but then on the day of, a TFR is put into place. And this guy clearly doesn't know what TFRs are. This is a completely illegal fight, and I hope they prosecute him to the full extent of the law.
Yeah. The FBI and the FAA are investigating this, or at least the FAA I know is investigating this right now, and we will see what comes out of that. Because the area was under a TFR.
Yeah. Idiot. I hope... God, look at this. He's almost at the same height, in their flight path almost.
Yeah.
And that's our bonehead of the week.
Bonehead of the week.
And let me just say one more thing. It's the newbies that do this kind of thing. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a newbie, but the information is available to you out there. So please, you know, now is not the time to get us all in trouble, because that's what this guy's doing. He's making the rest of us look bad.
Yeah, and he's very fortunate. Nothing happened. No collisions happened or anything like that. Because then it is just terrible. It's just one more reason for people to dislike this hobby. Exactly,
and there's really no reason to be in the air to film an airplane. You know, you hear, oh, there's an air show. I'm going to get my drone. But it's the same footage you're going to get from the ground. Just like people like, hey, man, look at that full moon. I'm going to fly my drone. You're not going to get a better shot of the moon by going 100 or 200 feet in the air. You're just not.
Well, you're closer, technically.
Yeah, you are closer.
Instead of that size, it's going to be that size.
Right. Okay. Anyway, Jeff, please continue. I think we can.
All right. So
there was
last in the news.
No. We're skipping. The first unmanned aircraft to refuel another aircraft. Now that's something really, really cool that we need to talk about. Yeah, check this out. Tell us about this one, Jeff.
All right, so Boeing recently had a demonstration of their new MQ-25 program. This is the refueling version of their drone, and this is the first time that the MQ-25 T-Ray Stingray drone actually refueled a human-piloted aircraft. So
isn't that cool?
Drone is refueling a human-piloted aircraft, and the Navy is going to be using these to be able to launch them out and refuel aircraft far easier than they can with some of the existing systems available to them. And obviously, because the drone assets can stay up and loiter,
that is really cool. A flying gas station.
You think about the fact too that, you know, if a machine is flying that, it's being flown with GPS. Is it flying autonomously, or is there a remote pilot? I wonder. Like, is there someone actually at a joystick flying it remotely?
This particular one, I believe, is one that possibly could be piloted. The article that I got the information from didn't tell me whether or not it was piloted or not. but that particular series, the MG25s and stuff, they're all designed to be autonomous.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can get
cool
to flying.
too.
You can get to just program it to fly at a certain speed, at a certain height, and not change.
Yeah.
And then the guy who needs the fuel can adjust himself to the.
It's going to do
nozzle.
a better job. It's going to do a better job of being a platform for that than a human could. Honestly.
Yeah, but think about this. That is designed to fly off of carriers, which means that drone, and they've already demonstrated it, that drone can land on a moving carrier.
The thing about refueling in midair, on a regular manned refueling aircraft, there is a pilot that flies the hose.
Yeah.
There's little ailerons on the hose, and he can guide it to the receptacle. So I don't know if there's technology that marries those up, but it is really cool.
Magnets.
Yes.
It's all done with
Now,
magnets.
I believe if we go, we're going to do the Hubson story next.
Yes. So recently Hubson had a demonstration, and well, let's just say that the demonstration didn't exactly go to plan.
Well, you see the drone on the bottom. Watch the dude in the glasses. He gets the saddest look of any person I've ever seen.
He's going to have to wear the Hubson ribbon of shame for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Wow. Don't you just look? He looks so dejected. But
well, what I heard was they were trying to hover it for the entire program to show how long it would stay, and they were shouting over the motors. Like, was that a Xeno? Was that the Xeno? Xeno 2?
It was a Mavic look-alike, but it's not. Just to be fair, it's not Hubson's fail. It's the pilot, whoever was flying it's fail, because it was flying.
I think it started an automatic landing sequence, and then
when it ran out of battery.
That's what I read. It basically, it was the end of its flight, ran out of batteries, and yeah.
Okay, but let me just where's his face? I got to show his face again. He just looks, like some people can just take the ball and run. Something goes wrong, you can improvise. This guy, I got nothing.
Well, he's trying to impress this girl, and he's doing a very poor job of it.
What do I do now, boss? So.
He's going to wear the Hubson ribbon of shame.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, let's get something exciting going here. What's next?
All right, so next we have an FPV racing drone chasing a kiteboarder out of Spain.
Heck yeah, man.
Wow.
So what would be more fun for you, Kelly? The dude on the surfboard or the dude flying the quad?
Well, first of all, if it was me on the surfboard, I'd still be laying in the water because I'm probably weigh about 100 pounds more than that guy.
Yeah.
And second of all, the quad. I'd want to fly the quad.
Yeah, I'd want to fly the quad too, only because I would still be recovering from a broken hip or a dislocated shoulder or something.
Yeah, that old man stuff.
Yeah. Because I'm old and brittle.
Look at that, though. I love how he gets on the sand, like takes off from the sand. Oh, what a dismount!
And look at this. Boom. That's how you do it. That is awesome.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
I do have one other question for you guys, because I don't know if you saw it. I did try to chase my buddy out at Reveille Peak Ranch on a mountain bike and had fun doing it. But as soon as he went behind trees, I lost signal. Like, it was even with the digital FPV system. And I'm wondering, the guy who did the fly through, all these fly throughs in these big buildings where you're going behind walls and through cars. I'm wondering if my antenna system is just all jacked up, or if they are using something different to keep a clear signal.
I know.
What's the answer?
I know the secret.
What's the secret?
The secret is move the pilot with the quad. A lot of these places, and this is what I'm going to do in the museum. I'm going to be in a wheeled chair, like an office chair, and then I'll have a chair pilot.
You have somebody pushing you?
Yeah, I have a chair pilot moving me with it to that next area, and then moving me to the next area, and that's how I'm going to do it. But a lot of people have these extra, like, repeater type digital booster systems that
You've got a wheelchair.
I don't want to buy one, so I would use an office chair. I think that'd be more fun anyway.
Dude, you are going to do a BTS for that, right? Behind the scenes?
Oh, I thought you meant the Korean pop band BTS.
You're going to do it behind the scenes on that, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to be the one pushing you in that chair. I will tell you this too. I know we're on a bit of a tangent, but I tried to follow the back of a pickup truck. I was sitting in the pickup truck. I had an FPV quad. We were driving on a bumpy road, and I was trying to follow us. And that jostling of moving while you're trying to fly, have you ever done that? It's actually, you should practice because it messes with you.
It does not mess with me. I'm telling you, I can fly in
Really?
I can do it. I've followed the same drift car I was in the passenger seat in.
Oh, I saw that. So being like shaking around didn't
For
mess you
some
up.
reason, I can disconnect what I'm seeing from what my body's telling me. I don't know if it's a superpower, but I'm telling you, I'm good at it. And you know those things. I know that the new. I apologize to Vadim in Russia. The news is going to be 3 hours long, but you know those things that they test astronauts with that can put you on any axis.
Yeah.
You know those. Put me in one of them, and I could still fly.
I've got a friend at NASA. We're
Do
gonna
you?
do this.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
In one of those.
Yeah. I'll do it. All right, Jeff. Now back to the news.
Sorry.
All right. So next in the news, we have a New York startup, Kelikona, that plans to introduce or produce an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle capable of transporting 40 people or 10,000 pounds of cargo, operating out of the New York area.
Yeah, and this is going to definitely happen. This is going to happen. This is real footage. This is not computer generated. I love these dreamers. I mean, you got to dream, right?
Yeah, you know I'm a dreamer.
Yeah. This is probably the first and last time you'll
Wow.
ever see this. This won't happen.
Gonna tell today.
It just won't happen. It's just not gonna.
I'm on my way.
At least not in my or what would be my great-grandchildren's lifetime.
Well, Kelikona's claim to fame for this is that they have come up with a design for a modular pack of connected battery cells, similar to the batteries you see in the Model S and Model 3 Teslas.
Mm-hmm.
And they are working right now to be able to power a drone that can carry 4 people, and another one they plan in 2024 that would be able to carry 6 people. So they're staging it, but this was their ultimate vision, is to have something that would fly like that.
Here's what's going to happen, okay? Oh my God. People always ask, why don't you think this is ever going to happen? Okay. Liability laws, okay? First of all, we're only going to have delivery drones citywide. We're never going to see big, huge distribution centers in a city going out delivering the tube socks to, podunk, whatever. Hey, man, here come the tube socks. It's just not going to happen. There's too many rednecks going to shoot the thing down. There's too many people that could get hurt when it lands on the roof of your lawn. It's just not going to happen. The only time we're ever going to see passenger drones is after 300 or 400 years after we've been delivering the tube socks successfully. And then these people are like, you know what? Those tube socks, they haven't crashed in a while. Maybe we'll put a person in it now. But that's way in the future.
You're right. You're absolutely correct, because people would never have believed that you would ever carry people in airplanes. I mean, good God, those are just for military people. You wouldn't put people in them. And helicopters, they're never going to be carrying people as tourists around islands. And there's no way
there's
online stores will ever outdo.
Jeff, there's a thing called auto rotation. If a helicopter fails, it can auto rotate down safely. There's a thing called gliding. If your motors fail in a plane, you can glide to safety. If one fails, you're dead. That's it. So no, Jeff. I disagree.
Can you play the last 10 seconds of that clip again, where it's coming through the clouds?
Yeah, man.
Let's see that, because I want to tell you, I think this has already happened.
Oh,
like right about. Hold on.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay,
right
watch
there?
this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when they're landing in Cloud City to meet Lando Calrissian.
Oh, I saw that movie.
Exactly.
I saw that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, from it's Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Strikes Back. You know, it looked just like that, and they had those little things with 2 bubbles. So I don't know, man. Could happen
until we do away with propellers and we have anti-gravity.
It's called a warp drive, dude.
Okay, I'm just being realistic. I don't want to dash anybody's dreams, but all right. Now back to the news.
All right, so Skydio has introduced their new 3D scan technology with this fantastic demonstration.
Oh, yes. This looked really cool. Jeff has more information about that for us.
The Skydio 3D Scan is an adaptive scanning software built on top of Skydio's autonomous flight engine. And the 3D Scan builds a real-time 3D model of the scene, allowing the drone to automate the data capture and generate three-dimensional models with ultra-high precision.
This is really cool. There is so much computing power in one of these Skydios. There's something, I forget, some computer nerd out there can figure it out. How many times computing power there is in your Skydio drone than there was on the Saturn rocket that went to the moon?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like magnitudes of thousands more powerful.
The Skydio is still, from the autonomous standpoint, one of the most advanced drones available.
It is. It's awesome.
Until you see a power line.
Until you see I knew you were going to say until there's a little teeny weeny power line. But they're working on that. They got a whole team on it.
So I actually hit a power line a couple of days ago with the Air 2S, and I had that moment where I'm looking at the screen and I see it kind of go, and then it caught itself. Man, I was so happy about that because
I hope that they do away with the gimmicky magnetic battery, though. There's no reason for that.
Well, that's also how they connect the air fuel thing.
Yeah, but it comes off too easily.
Yeah.
All right. Next in the news, out of Staffordshire, there's a coal-fired power station there that ceased operation exactly 5 years ago, and recently, the 4 massive cooling towers were simultaneously taken down in a controlled demolition.
Oh yes.
Now that's where you go fly your drone, not at an air show. Controlled demolitions are the place to fly.
Yeah. This is FPV Wonderland right here. Unfortunately, this isn't FPV footage, but oh my goodness!
Are we going to see him go down?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh.
And look at the perfect huge smoke rings they're making.
Yes, and they did them all at once.
Yeah. Let's watch it again. Take off, man. This is the FPV drone. Take off, man. Go. Go, man. Arm it. Too late.
Ken Heron said I could get just as good a shot from the ground, so I'm doing it.
Ken Heron wouldn't say that. Ken Heron would say, send it. We'll sift it out of the rubble later.
Oh man, those smoke rings are. It's like it left 50 years or 100 years of dust that was in there, just left it there. It just stayed in the sky.
And the way they're folding, it looks like wet cardboard instead of cement.
I wish they had done them. I would, they didn't call me, but if they had called me, I would have said, all right, let's do one, and then let's wait 10 seconds and do the next one. And then 10 seconds, like do them in sequence. That would have been even cooler.
Yeah, and have 3 FPV guys in the air, put a GoPro you don't care about on the top, so it can ride down, all that.
Dude,
film it at 10,000 frames a second. Ooh, I get excited about that kind of stuff. There's some demolition about to happen in the next couple months in Birmingham. I don't want to say exactly where, but they tell me that I'm going to be able to fly it while it's happening.
With FPV?
Yes, fingers crossed. And, I'm gonna have everything I own is gonna be in the air. I'm gonna have a whole team out there. It's gonna be great.
Dang.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like riding in the back of a truck, whipping around on a chair at the same time.
No, I won't push it that time. But we'll see. Anyway, so this 3-hour long news is still going.
I'm going to give you the last one so that your 3-hour news is coming to an end.
All right.
Lake House 13 is a location that recently created their own FPV video to show off their fantastic.
Oh, I can't wait to do this.
So they originally were playing cards, and they had to switch to dominoes because of the props.
Oh! There's so much planning that goes into this. You have to get everybody together. All right, we're starting. You gotta have
slide.
Gotta have people.
People on slip and slide.
People on radios to start the action. When the drone's coming, because.
Yeah.
Let's just watch and enjoy.
cloudy skies one day. I look out for you to soothe away the blues in your eyes. In your eyes.
By the way, this music is Epidemic Sound.
Looking out from my window, city lights and a still glowing blue. Looking out from my window, city lights and a still glowing blue. Take your time, fall in line someday. It's hard to win, hard to pin.
Under the bow. Oh man. Where is that? Where is that place? Jeff?
I'm not specific. I'm not sure exactly where that's located out of.
That was pretty awesome though.
That was
and
awesome.
again, the distance, right? I mean, I guess a lot of it was open space, but that guy must have been strategically placed like right in the middle to be able to do through the house and again.
It never ceases to amaze me how far and how long these flights go. There is a group of enthusiasts that watch these FPV videos, and they specifically look to try to find where the pilot is, and they'll go through them frame by frame to try to figure out where the guy's sitting. Yeah.
You can, and I think there's a device, kind of like a parabolic microphone, you know, the dish, where a second guy, an assistant, can be pointing it at the drone as it's going to lock signal, something like that. I'd like that. Just very quickly, Akarasho asked, is Ken going to sacrifice the DJI FPV? And I'll just admit this. I had that sold. I had it sold to a friend of mine. He was very excited. He was like, man, I can't wait. I was like, yeah, you get the case, you get the battery, you get the goggles and everything. I'll even throw in some filters and bibbity bop. Sold, just give me your address and I'll send it. Well, then he texts me a little while later, goes, I just saw your review for the first time. And I was like, ha, ha.
It's like rain on a sunny day.
Shot myself right in the foot with that one.
Yeah, little poetic justice.
You know, the one that starts out.
The DJI FPV quad is a piece of shit.
Well, I still feel that way, but so I'm trying to unload it on someone. I mean, I'm trying to get it sold. So if there's anybody that wants to buy a DJI FPV, slightly used,
some poor schmuck will buy it.
Some poor schmuck who's never seen my review will buy it. And if that's you, if you're that poor schmuck, you want to buy it, kenheronupload@gmail.com. Jeff, thank you so much for all of the wonderful news.
You are most welcome, sir.
All right, now.
Thanks for stopping by. Now